Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to discuss economics topic. I found some nice tables in economics textbook, and these are about the taxation and the government spending in South Africa and Germany. As you can see on the screen, the first table we're going to discuss are the income tax rates in South Africa. South Africa has a progressive income tax rate. It goes from 18% to 40%, and it has 6 brackets, as you can see. I won't go in detail. The next is the tax rates for micro businesses. It's also progressive with 5 tax brackets. And this is the 2008-2009 South African government spending. It's a bit old, but I think not so much change since then. It's only 12 years, and I expect that the overall picture will stay the same. So let's look a bit at the last column. So percentage of government spending, and the largest is the education, 21.7%. This is very interesting. I would say none of the countries I've seen so far has such a high percentage of spending on education as South Africa. 21.7% of their government budget goes to education. As you will see, Germany in a second, and Germany has a similar percentage as most of the other developed countries I've seen. So I think going to study in South Africa would give you nice surprises. So the others, 21.5%, economic affairs. I'm not really sure what this means, to spend money on economic affairs. Might mean that the government in South Africa owns a lot of companies, and this is the money they spend for their salaries or so. Otherwise I'm not sure what would mean economic affairs for a government. So this is almost as high as the education, almost at the similar level. And then comes the social protection, or the pensions for old, or the unemployment for the unemployed. You will see Germany in a second. I think this is low for developed countries. So it means that South Africa is an emerging country that doesn't have a welfare state put in place, like Germany, for example, or any other European country. It's more similar to Anglo-Saxon, to UK and the US, but even for those ones is a bit low. This might not be necessarily a bad thing. And then 11.6% is the public order and safety, or the police. This is very high, but this is in line with what we know about South Africa, that they have huge violence problem. They had apartheid between black and white, so but yeah, even with this, the police has a huge portion of the government spending. Then I see housing and community amenities. This tells me a couple of things. It's very good that government spends money on housing for the population. Usually you don't find this kind of spending in a budget for market-oriented, or how to say, non-socialist countries. So it's a nice surprise to see here. It's also big percentage, and yeah, it tells us that South African government is inclined towards helping poor people get proper housing, and it tells that there are a lot of poor people in South Africa. And then 8.2% general public services. I think here it's including the administration of the public domain and services, yeah. And then it's the defense, 5.3%, which is similar to European or developed countries, I would say. Personally, I find even this super large. I'm not a fan of military, and I think they should disappear. 5.3% for defense, and the rest are smaller. Recreation culture, 1.7%. Okay, so this was the government budget for South Africa. Now let's move to Germany. So Germany also has a progressive taxation for the income, goes from 0 to 45%. So it has 4 brackets, as you can see on the screen. Oops, sorry, I went too far. And this is the budget, the government budget of Germany, also quite old, 2009, 12 years old. So I will also look just at the last column, the percentage. So if we look at Germany, the highest in terms of percentage is the social security. Almost half of the German government budget goes on pensions and unemployment. This is, if I remember correctly, almost triple than what we saw in South Africa. And this is the European welfare state. People expect to have high pension at their old age. So half of Germany's revenues goes to pension and unemployment and other benefits for the population. Then general public services, 17.4%. It's quite high, I would say. So the administration, the salaries for public servants, and any other service that the government gives. So I'm expecting this is too high, quite inefficient. Being the second biggest category for the public spending in Germany, it's super high, higher than education, for example. Very, very high. 13.8% general financial management. Also like in the case of South Africa, not sure what's this financial or economic financial management. Honestly don't know, so I'll skip it, but pretty high, 13.8%. And only then comes commercial enterprises. So I guess these are, like in the case of South Africa, like salaries for people who are managing the state companies and maintenance of property and capital assets. It's 5.2%. And then only then comes education, 4.8%, which is in my opinion quite low, but Germany already is a developed country, so they are just maintaining their current system, no need to invest too much, I guess. But anyway, 4 or 5 times less than in South Africa. It's a stagnant education system, nothing spectacular, but you get very good education, I guess. So this is 4.8%, and then comes the transport and communications with 4.2%. So I just realized that Germany, I think it includes its police and defense in the general public services with the 17.4%. Okay, and one last thing I want to mention is this table. It's a comparison of 3 types of tax systems. We saw two examples of the first one. Of the last one, the progressive tax, and I give you a couple of examples of flat tax, but I don't know any country that taxes regressively. So more taxation towards lower incomes and lower taxation towards higher income. Might be US, but I'm not sure. So I know that my country, Romania, and Hungary, the country where I live for the last 9 years, are flat tax. So they use the same taxation for any income. And as we saw, 2 examples of progressive taxation, South Africa and Germany. And I think UK also has progressive taxation. And with this I stop here. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye bye.